Let's graph this function here, f of x equals to 2 power x. So we have 2, which is the base, and x, which is the exponent, right? So we're going to use the x and the y values table to do that. So let's go for it. So we have x here, then we have y, which is just the same thing as f of x that we have over here, correct? So we're going to choose small numbers here, negative and positive of those numbers. So we go with -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, for example, right? So we choose 0 numbers, so you don't need to continue, all right? So now we're going to find the corresponding values for x, okay? So which is going to be the y values. So let's do with them, let's take care of them here. So if x equals to -2, okay, so the first one, so -2, that would be 2 power -2, which is going to be equal to what? Which is going to be equal to 1 over 2 power 2, which is 1 over 4. All right? And then we have 2 power -1, which is what? 1 over 2 power +1, or the same thing as 1 over 2. And then the third one, which is what? 0. And then for 0 is 1. So it's going to be what? For 0 is going to be 2 power, sorry about that. So it's going to give us what? 2 power 0. And 2 power 0 is equal to 1. Okay? And then we go 2 power 1, which is what? 2. All right? Then 2 power 2, which is going to give us 4, because 2 by 2, which is 4. And then 2 power 3, which is going to give us 8, because 2 times 2 times 2, that will give us 8. So what do we end up with? We end up with a quarter here. All right? And then we end up with 1 over 2 here. Then we end up with 1 here. Then we end up with 2 here, 4, and then 8. And now what are we going to do? We're going to get the point and graph our function here. So -2 quarter, right? So -2, x-axis is this, y-axis is this one here. So -2 is here. So what do we have? Quarter. Quarter is right in the middle of 0 and half. So that's like a half of this one here. So we end up having our point right there. So -1, -1 half. So -1 and then half. So that would be right over here. Then we have 0, 1, 0, then 1. So you have 1, 2, 1, then 2. Then we have 2, 4. So we have 2, then 4. Then you have 3, 8. So you have 3, then 8 all the way up there. And now we can link them up to get our graph, right? So how beautiful, right? So we get this one here. And then we have f of x is equal to 2 power x, okay, which is our function. And ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Thank you.